Khan, Shalom, Shalom. This is Captain Kadash from the Light of Zion. Right now, we're in the Fort Myers area, the Lee County area, trying to build our people up. If it's in your spirit, we ask that you would send us a $7 cash out to help us build our school and to help us build up the nation of Israel in this area. I want to say Shalom, Hallelujah.
Shalom, Shalom. This is Captain Zamar. Hey, make sure y'all follow our Facebook at Lehigh Acres, and also make sure you follow our Instagram at the LOZLeeCounty. Hallelujah.
Shalom, Shalom, Mr. Elder. Make sure you read Acts 20 and 35, and remember to give generously, give generously. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, family. This is your Captain Einar from the Light of Zion, presented to you the Lord's Passover on April 21st, Sunday at 7 p.m. in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Passover dues are $200 for a family of 4. Any additional persons will be $25 for each individual. For couples, it's $150. That means you and your rib. For individuals, it's $100, and children under 7 years old will be free. If you have any questions, our contact information will be in the description box. Like it says in Exodus 23:15, none shall appear before the Most High Yahweh empty. Let your light shine before men. Shalom and hallelujah.
He told Pharaoh, let my people go. But Pharaoh hearted up his heart even more. When them players came, they pleaded it with Moses.
All praises Israelite music.
My soul's precious, your past is living treacherous. Your heart is where your treasure is. Same place and where your sins is. Who you pray to, gods and idols, or the man in the mirror, your own rival?
Now, do you believe hell is like a physical burning place? Because you know in the Bible, when the Bible talks about hell, it's talking about either a position or a condition. You understand that? Right? You can bring a precept out. You can get Matthew 11 and 23. Because when you understand that, like hell is not literally talking about a place, right? Like some people say this is hell on earth. It makes sense because of the conditions that way, right? So when you talk about hell and heaven, even heaven, when people would say I'm in heaven right now because they traveled out of the country, are they really literally in the heaven with God? No, that's what the Bible is very poetic, right? Read Matthew 11 and 23.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11.
Actually, get Amos 9 and 2, Salakia. Just to demonstrate in the Bible, it's very poetic, right? So a lot of people, when they have these visions, you got to go back, okay, does that align with the Bible, right? Does that align with what the scriptures say? Because they have all these books that they say that they're inspired by, but you got to go to the scriptures. Right, read Amos 9 and 2.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 2. Though they dig into hell.
Now you see that? It's saying, though they dig into hell. Now, can somebody literally dig into hell? It's impossible. What shovel they using? Right? It's impossible. Keep going.
Thence shall mine hand take them.
Keep going.
Though they climb up to heaven.
Though they do what?
Though they climb up to heaven.
Can somebody literally climb up to heaven? What ladder is that? Keep going.
Thence will I bring them down.
So you see that? So when the Bible talks about heaven and hell, it's dealing either with a condition or a position. People that are in heaven right now, they're the ones that own Forbes and Apple and Nike. They're in heaven, right? We will be considered in hell because we don't own those places. We're the consumers. We're not the producers. You know what I'm saying? So when the Bible talks about heaven and hell, it's just illustrating a position or a condition. You understand what I'm saying? Even when you go to the book of Revelation, it says that hell shall be cast into the lake of fire. If you can get that Revelation 20, right? It says hell shall be cast into the lake of fire. Now, if hell is a burning, fiery place, how can hell be cast into hell? You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't make any sense. Right? I think it's Revelation 20 and 13. If I'm not mistaken, right? Revelation 20 and 13? Now watch this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it.
Right.
And death and hell.
And death and hell was what?
Delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works.
14.
Verse 14.
Right.
And death and hell.
And death and hell
were cast into the lake of fire.
Wait, how do you throw hell into the lake of fire? I thought hell was the lake of fire. Hell and the lake of fire is different.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And then get Revelation 6 and 8. Right? Because hell is dealing with the situation. Right? The lake of fire represents judgment. That's the true quote unquote hell. That's the judgment. Hell, when you look at that word hell, that goes back to the word Sheol, right? Meaning the grave. That's what that word goes back to, the grave. Right, Revelation 6 and 8.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse.
Uh-huh.
And his name that sat on him was Death.
Uh-huh.
And hell followed with him.
Wait, hell followed him? How does hell follow somebody? I thought hell was a place. See what I'm saying? So when you read the Bible, there's a lot of poetry going on. There's a lot of hyperbole, exaggeration. This is why you got to figure out what's literal, what's spiritual, what's metaphorical. You see what I'm saying? And you had a question?
Oh, no. So wait.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead, sis. You go ahead.
Okay, where are you guys from? What sorority is it?
Oh, no, not a sorority.
Oh,
No,
it's not sorority.
we believe in the Bible. No, we just believe in the Bible. Right.
Because I was looking at
Right.
your shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just we can still be fashionable and believe in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought it was a sorority because when I was driving, I see like all y'all I know. I said, I'm gonna get out of here.
no, we actually don't even go, because if you only look at the history of fraternities and things like that, that goes back to Greek culture. You see what I'm saying? They worked all that neck turning, and the Bible doesn't deal with that. You see what I'm saying? The Bible doesn't tell us to go into fraternities and sororities, right? Those are based off of those. That's completely against the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? What the Bible does tell us, though, is keeping the commandments of God. That's the most important thing, right? Because did that book that you was reading tell you how to love God? Like, did it teach you what it means to love God?
It teach you. It's a lot. It's a lot. It teaches you, but I mean, the Bible explain it, but it's a really good book.
Okay. Now, all I gotta say, sis, you can read the book, but you gotta remember, the Bible gotta be your foundation, though. You feel me? That's your foundation. That's the only way you can discern between what's being written by them and what's actually written by the scriptures. Because a lot of things sound good in the book, but when you go back to the scriptures, it's not really aligning. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying not to read it, but make sure you have a strong foundation here first. You feel me? Because you could just read something and it will take you somewhere else, but if you don't have this solid foundation,
I'll read a scripture, Isaiah 34 and 16. None shall want her done.
All right, this is the book of, I got it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
So a lot of people try to find knowledge of God in other things because it's easier to understand, quote unquote. But you have to go to the source itself. A lot of these people, when you read their books, it's their interpretation of what they're reading, right? So when we come across and then we reading verbatim of what the Bible is saying, a lot of people have issues with that because they don't do what the scripture just said. Read what you got again.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
So you can't seek ye out of the book of Sister Sasha. You gotta seek ye out of the book of the Lord, which is the Bible. And do what?
And read.
And no, you just look at the word.
And read.
And you have to read it and understand it. Now watch what it says after that.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of the things that are written in this Bible shall fail because everything written is true. Keep reading.
None shall want her mate.
Meaning what? When it says none shall want her mate, there's no other book that you can compare to the Bible. Meaning no other book can mate with the Bible. The Bible is the know-all, be-all. Read on.
For my mouth it hath commanded.
For the mouth hath commanded it. The Lord's mouth has commanded this. Keep reading.
And his spirit it has gathered them.
Right, and the spirit he has gathered them. So when it comes down to it, if you really want true knowledge of the Most High, you got to seek him out of the book of the Lord and do what? And read. Right? This is one of the reasons we out here, to teach our people. Because a lot of times when we have knowledge and understand, we go to church for 20 and 30 years, we think things that are not true. I'll give you a perfect example. Only God can judge me. What scripture says that?
It says you can judge righteously.
Exactly. That's right. Right? So it says we are allowed to judge, but in righteousness. Scripture said, give me 1 Corinthians chapter. You have something?
No.
Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and 2. All right.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 2. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world?
So the scriptures say the saints shall judge the world, right? So I'm just giving you an example of something that is taught in the church that is not true. I'll give you another example. Watch this. Hold on, I'm gonna test y'all knowledge now.
Okay.
That's fine. I got all night.
All right.
All praises, all praises.
Now I just Googled a picture. Right? Who was that?
Well, we don't know what Jesus is like, so I can't say that's God.
Wait, when you say who don't know who doesn't know who Jesus looks like?
No, I'm saying me personally. Okay, I'm gonna say me.
But people have seen him though.
I don't know what everybody else seen.
So who is this? Huh? I want you to be sure when you answer this question, chap. It went black. Huh?
That's the image they paint to me.
There you go. All right, let's get with you real quick.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The word revelation means to reveal. This is the revealing of Jesus Christ, right?
Verse 2. Who bear record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ and of all the things that he saw.
All the things. So he's about to tell us what he saw, what John saw. Right? Read on.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Let's jump down a little bit and see what the record that he saw. Read on.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man,
which is Jesus Christ. We read that in verse 1. Read on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a garment down to his foot, and he had a midsection on, right? A girdle on his midsection. Keep reading.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So you have two things. You have color and texture. When you talk about color and texture, white like wool. Is his hair white and woolly? Okay, right. Read on.
As white as snow.
Keep reading.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, what color is fire? Red. Is his eyes red? No. That's strike 2. Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, your feet are the same color as the rest of your body. What color is fine brass? Right? What color is brass? It's a golden brown. It's like a brown color. And even when you go into the word of fine in the Greek, it says that this is burned brass. Keep reading.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So when you put gold brown into a furnace, into a stove, it's going to turn even darker. So we know according to the Bible, this cannot be Jesus. This cannot be Christ. According to the Bible, Christ was a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, right? So these are things that we come out to do to cast down the lies of what we've learned, right? I grew up in the Baptist church, and I learned for 21 years of my life that Jesus Christ was a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. But that's not true according to the Bible. Y'all have to strive for truth, right? A lot of people, I'm gonna get 2 more priests and I'll let you take over. A lot of people say, you know, they want to believe in God, they want to do what God told them to do, but do you do it according to the Bible and not from the words of another man's mouth? Would y'all say that y'all believe in God? Give me Sirach 32 and 24. What does it mean to believe in God according to y'all?
You need to have faith in him even when you can't see. You can't see it, but you still know that you gotta have faith in God.
That's a good answer. That's a good one. What you got? So you ain't answer all night. You ain't say nothing all night.
Get up out of there.
Yeah, she trying to get up out of here, all right? What you got? She want to take it easier. Okay. What's your answer?
Y'all embarrass me for
Okay, let's see.
This book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. He that believeth in the Lord,
he or she that believeth in God, read on,
taketh heed to the commandments.
Meaning they listen and do the commandments. Now, if to believe in God is to keep the commandments, what commandments do you keep to show them that you believe in Him?
Hope with certain things. Well, with all things.
I guess more specifically, what can and cannot do according to God's commandments?
Well, we speak commandments. We shouldn't. I know. I think lying is one less. Am I right?
Necessarily less. It goes a little bit deeper into that.
Stealing, being drunk, acting out.
You can drink, but you don't want to get drunk to the point where you can't walk home.
What's the 4th commandment? Let's see, Exodus 28. Yeah. That's what we want you to do.
I thought I knew it, but I guess not.
Oh, we're going to challenge you. Exodus 28.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8.
This is the 4th commandment of the quote-unquote 10. And just to let you know, there's more than 10 commandments. Y'all would agree with that? Yes? Okay, all right.
Remember the Sabbath day.
That's the 4th commandment. Remember the Sabbath day. Read on.
To keep it holy.
To keep it holy. Holy means separated. Meaning you got to separate this specific day from all the other days of the week. Now watch what it says. Keep reading. 6
days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
Yep.
But the 7th day.
What is the 7th day of the week? Sunday? Look at your phone. Y'all got a phone? Look at your calendar on your phone. I want you to go all the way to the right. What is the 7th day of the week? Saturday is the 7th day of the week. So it says, remember the Sabbath day, which is the 7th day, and to keep it holy. Read on.
And do all thy work.
And do all thy work. Read on.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Yeah.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
So this is a commandment. On the Sabbath day, you're not supposed to be working. Read on.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter.
So it's saying nobody's supposed to be working on the Sabbath. This day belongs to God. So what are the things we're supposed to do on the Sabbath day? Give me Acts chapter 13. Right? What did y'all do earlier today? If y'all don't want me asking.
I went to work today.
You said argue?
I went to an interview. I got the job.
Okay.
I actually prayed.
Praise God. Congratulations for that.
Thank you. And then after that happened, I backed back and I actually hit my stepdad's car. But I feel like that was the devil, definitely. That was definitely the devil.
You got a check coming in, so you
Yeah. All right, so check this out. This is what we're supposed to be doing on the Sabbath day, on the Lord's day. Read.
It's the book of Acts chapter 13, verse 14. But when they departed from Perga, they came to Antioch in Pisidia and went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day.
This is what our forefathers did, who believed in the Lord, who loved the Lord. They went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, which is a place of learning. They went in this place on Saturday, read on.
And on the Sabbath day and sat down.
And sat down, read on.
And after the reading of the law and the prophets.
So that's what we did today, right? We went into the synagogue, in the sanctuary. We sat down and we went through the law
and the
prophets. We read the books of Moses and the prophets after him. So these are the things we're supposed to be doing. How many people do you know doing this right now? Not a lot. You know why? Give me Matthew. Chapter 22, 14.
What you want?
Many are called.
The book of Matthew chapter 22, verse 14. Yep. For many are called, but few are chosen.
So it says many are called, but few are chosen. Bro, it's really not a game. It's really not a game. Read that again.
The book of Matthew chapter 22, verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen.
So it says many are called, but few are chosen. Right? A lot of people are not going to take heed to what we're saying out this Bible. Right? The scriptures say that the world that's coming is not made for a lot, it's made for few. Right? So it's up to y'all what y'all want to choose. Y'all got to choose if say, you know what, I'm going to serve the Lord or I'm going to do it the world's way. Because this world don't believe in God.
Right.
And when I say this world, I'm talking about the churches included. In the church, they teach certain doctrines that are against God. They teach you that God is all love, that God is all merciful. But they don't teach the other side of God, that God is a man of war as well. That God will kill you if you do not listen to his commandments and do it. They don't teach that God. They teach the all-loving God that he's gonna come down and play patty cake and give you a kiss on your forehead. Do you know what God, let me ask you a question. When Christ and the angels return, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna hold hands and sing Kumbaya? Joy to the world, the Lord. Is that written in the Bible?
No.
Let's see what's written in the Bible. Give me what you got. You can do that, yeah.
This book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth.
Did not come to send peace on earth, but what?
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
What is a sword used to do? What do you use a sword for? Like if I take a sword out my pocket, what am I going to use that for? To what? To cut and do what? To kill, right? Give me Isaiah 66, 15. Last one, I'm going to let you take over. So this is what Christ and the angels are going to come back to do. Because what? God is upset with what's going on down here. A lot of people push this LGBTQ, P, P, L, and O. They want to do I don't know. It's just wickedness.
The alphabet community.
Right? The alphabet community. They just do pure wickedness. Things that are contrary to God. Right? Fornication, stealing, killing, juking, robbing. They're doing everything that God told them not to do. And they think they're getting away with it. But watch what God said.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
What is he coming with?
With fire.
He's going to come with fire. Not water, but fire. Read on.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind. To render his anger with fury.
To render his anger with fury. Read on.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
Rebuke means correction. He's going to correct the people with flames of fire. Keep reading.
For by fire and by his sword
And we just read about the sword. So he said he's coming with the fire and the sword, which both mechanisms are used to kill. Read on.
Will the Lord plead with all flesh?
He's going to plead with all flesh. He's going to say, listen, man, I told you to get right and you didn't want to listen. I told you to do what I wanted you to do, and you said, nah, I'm good. I'm going to give into my fleshly desires instead, right? I like that man, so I gave my body to him. I did that 39 times in my life, right? God is not pleased with these things, right? When we're doing things that are contrary to God, God will kill you for that, right? We do have a merciful God, don't get me wrong, and we do have repentance, right? We can repent for the things that we have done in the past, but if we continue to do those things, we shall be held liable. And grace can run out at any time, right? We talk about grace in the scriptures. When you talk about grace, like think about it when you go to a restaurant. Grace is just a time period. If you go to the restaurant late when you have reservation, they say you have a grace period of 15 minutes. But after that 15 minutes is up, you lose your spot. God works the same way. Right? That grace gonna go out the window at one point. So you gotta continue to walk in the steps of the Lord at all times. All right, you got a precept? Y'all got any questions? No. You want to bring something out? Oh, okay. So listen, I'm gonna give y'all a flyer. You said what?
I like y'all. Thank you.
Appreciate that. I'm gonna give y'all all one.
You gotta come to class, man.
Okay.
You gotta come to our class. Y'all learn a lot.
Okay, I will.
So listen, if you turn the flyer over, if you put your camera over this QR code, it takes you straight to our YouTube. And on our YouTube, you'll see us teaching people in the street. You'll see us having classes. You'll see a bunch of people in the comment board. If y'all got questions or if y'all need anything, our number's on there. All of our contact information is on there. All right?
What's your name? What's your name?
It's very important.
Nika?
Neek.
What he said?
Neek.
Neek?
Yes.
Taraya. Destiny. Neek, Taraya, Destiny. All praise.
So hold on to that. It's very important information. And listen, if y'all ever want to learn more, we have class at Terry Park every Saturday at 12 o'clock. So y'all could come through, man. It's some more sisters there, more brothers there. They come through and they really get the knowledge. And this is not like church, right? You can ask questions. People are friendly. We drink, we eat food afterwards. It's a good time. So, all right? Y'all hold on to it. It's important. All right? All right, y'all too. Be safe. All right? Khan, Shalom. This is Captain Kadash from D out of Zion. Right now, we're in the Fort Myers area, the Lee County area, trying to build our people up. If it's in your spirit, we ask that you would send us a $7 cash out to help us build our school and to help us build up the nation of Israel in this area. I want to say Shalom. Hallelujah.
Shalom. This is Captain Zamar. Hey, make sure y'all follow our Facebook at Lehigh Acres, and also make sure you follow our Instagram at LOZLeeCounty. Hallelujah.
Shalom, Mr. Elder. Make sure you read Acts 20 and 35, and remember to give generously. Shalom.
Shalom.